Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. Ladies, today we are talking our ultimate beauty maxing summer checklist, okay? Keep it in mind that this is a list that I have compiled of things that I know work, things that I'm doing for the summer. If you have any tips that can help the other ladies, go ahead and leave those in the comments as well. Let's help each other this summer, okay, ladies? Without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into our list. Okay, so first things first, for the summer, I gotta start with body, okay? I feel like summer beauty maxing really just starts here. And I'm not really talking about in like a weight loss journey way. I'm talking about in a caring for yourself because you deserve to feel good kind of way. Okay, ladies? So first things first, I want to just talk about simply walking. And this isn't necessarily because you are trying to, be on this huge journey or anything like that. But consistently walking really does change the way your body looks, but it changes the way you carry yourself. Ladies, if you can get outside and get to walking, especially you're training your body to move, you will move around a lot easier in the summertime. Sometimes we kind of get to where we're sitting a lot, we're not out, we're not getting walks, we're not on the treadmill. And so when we are out in that heat, or it's a shopping day or an errand day, we find it a little bit hard to just move around and effortlessly, be in and out of stores and things like that. So getting daily walks in, will help for you to get consistent movement, but it also will help kind of train your endurance a little bit, kind of help train your body a little bit to be used to moving around in this summer heat. Because ladies, I'm telling you, the heat really does change things when it comes to moving around. Also, prioritizing your protein is not something we want to cancel out for the summer. I know we kind of get into our salads and our fruits, but we do want to make sure that we are eating enough protein as well, because your hair benefits from it, your nails benefit from it, and you stay fuller longer when you are eating your protein. That's something we want to think about while we are even in the summertime. Salads and fruit salads and all those things are great, but you do want to get in that protein. That's a very important macro. Your hydration. Your hydration sounds like it's just cliche. It sounds like something that we should know. You would be surprised how many people do not drink enough, especially in the summertime. You need to be drinking more in the summertime, okay? When you're hydrated, of course, your body functions better because you, of course, are going to be sweating. It's going to be hotter. That body temp is up. You want to stay cool, but also your skin looks better. Your face looks better. You look more hydrated. You look more expensive when you simply make sure that you are drinking your water. Okay, ladies? So that is something that is very important, especially to me this summer. I have a jug. I have a Stanley cup. I have a jug. I have water bottles. I have so many different avenues to hydrate because I just never know what situation I'm quite going to be in day by day, and I want to make sure that I have something on me to where I can make sure that I'm hydrated, whether that's I'm going on trail walks, whether I'm going to be in and out of stores running errands, whether it's just an out day and I'm moving around, whatever it is, I want to have some kind of way to make sure that I can stay hydrated, okay? And finally, ladies, this one is kind of in line with the walking, but another form of movement that you actually enjoy. So whether that's going to be your lifting weights, maybe that's going to be your Pilates, maybe you're going to get into some swimming or some dance classes. Ladies, summer beauty maxing isn't necessarily about suffering and trying to stay lean, doing things that you don't enjoy. It's really about creating the body and the lifestyle that makes you feel beautiful. You want to be energized, and you really want to get into a hobby that makes you feel good while you're leaning out, because leaning out in itself is already a process. So if you want to remain lean, find a way to do that in a way that's actually enjoyable to you. Okay, ladies? Let's move on to point two, which is going to be skin. And I feel like skin deserves its own thing when you are talking about the summertime and us contending with this sun. Okay, first things first, we have to talk SPF, and we got to talk SPF every single day, ladies. There was a time frame when, especially for us melanated girls, we did not have the talks about SPF and the fact that we actually need SPF ourselves. Just because we handle the sun a little bit better does not mean that the sun cannot be damaging to our skin. Okay. And if we are the type of women who are investing our time going to get skin treatments and all of this stuff, we definitely want to make sure that we are protecting our investment when we are out and about in this summer heat. Okay. We want to have skin that is healthy. We want to have skin that is protected. And if that means that you got to slather down some SPF and have a hat on and some shades and look crazy while you're doing a walk, then so be it. Okay. Because it's not about looking cute for the walk specifically. We want to be protecting ourselves during our walks. We want to be protecting ourselves while we're out in the sun so that we have skin that looks good regularly. Okay. We are not sacrificing our skin so that we can look good for a walk. Okay. We also have to say we have to talk about exfoliation, okay? And we have to talk exfoliation because summertime does tend to breed a little bit of dryness when it comes to skin. And so you may notice that dry layer of skin, that flakiness, that you want to go ahead and get exfoliated. Making sure we're getting rid of the dead skin and keeping everything smooth and fresh is very important. This goes for your face. This goes for your body. This is not the season for dry, ashy elbows and knees. Okay, we have very short shorts on. We have sundresses on. This is the summer of skin. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are fully exfoliating, making sure the skin is smooth and making sure we're getting rid of that dead layer of skin, okay? And speaking of body care, we also want to be moisturizing. I know most of us know this, but just in case, we need to be moisturizing after our showers. We're moisturizing at midpoints during the day when you get in your car, when you're getting out of your car. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Okay, ladies, this is one of those habits. It feels like it's nothing, but it really is a big deal. Soft, hydrated skin just gives luxury. Okay. It doesn't have to necessarily be a luxury body butter. You can get something from the drugstore, but whatever it is, use it consistently. Okay. Your lips, the same. Ladies, we are not walking around with dry lips, cracked lips this summer. Get you some kind of lip care. I have been on the Laneige so bad because y'all didn't tell me that Laneige was as good as it is. Okay, so I got a bone to pick with y'all about that. I love it all the way down. So I've actually been using those products on my lips. I can tell a huge difference, even a little bit of like more pink kind of blush tones coming through just from being more moisturized and hydrated. Okay, ladies. So the lips are very, very important. And here's something that we don't think about when it comes to our skincare: getting enough sleep. Go to sleep, ladies. Get you some sleep this summer. Don't just be up all night, every night, kicking it. Actually, get you some sleep because when you look well rested, you're not really worried about the under eyes as much. You look healthier in your skin overall. We kind of alleviate some of the bags and things like that just from being well rested. Of course, there are things that you need to do to supplement that as well, but let's not underestimate the power of really, really good sleep. Okay, ladies? Number three, let's get into beauty. And when I'm saying beauty, this is kind of the thing that ties in all of the work that we've been doing, right, ladies? When we're talking beauty maxing. Okay, so first things first, we want to be making sure that we are maintaining those different little things that pull our look all the way together. And what I mean by that is first things first, brows. When we look at someone's face, we notice their eyebrows, especially us women. Whether you like a fluffy brow, a sculpted brow, whatever it is, make sure that they look maintained, okay? Especially when you're considering the fact that a lot of us are very heavy into taking care of our skin right now. So a lot of us will go barefaced most days. Barefaced. A lot of us will go barefaced most days because we are very into our skin routine. And so we are walking around, and the accessories that we have to work with are glossed lips, snatched eyebrows, lashes. Okay, and so you want to make sure that those areas are maintained, because when it is time for a makeup look, you want those things in place anyways, because overgrown eyebrows are going to mess up any makeup look anyways. Okay, ladies. Next thing, when we are talking about the makeup, summertime, just to me personally, okay, to me personally, summertime doesn't quite feel like the time for just a big, heavy, complicated routine. Okay, unless that's just your thing, unless that's your thing and you love it, go ahead. But when we're talking about makeup, especially summertime, we're talking about bronziness. When we start talking about glowiness, we're talking about complexion products, we're talking about glow, right, ladies? And so concealer where you need it, a little light foundation, some highlighter, really nice warm blushes that bring color to your face. If you can get away with just that for the summertime, that would be amazing, because I'm telling you, summertime is just kind of that light and airy look that's in for the makeup. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. If you want to do a little bit more, that is okay. But doing makeup that enhances the face and brings glow and brings brightness to your complexion instead of covering it for the summer will actually feel better as well, because it's just a little bit too hot to just be pounding down all that foundation. Okay. We also want to talk about fragrance, which is a big one. Something about the summertime and fragrance just goes together so well. And I think it's because the way that the summer raises your body heat and whatever else is going on in there, it just makes the fragrance just flow. It's just trails of smell goods when you go out and you're around people, because our body temps are just higher. The fragrance is responding. It's kind of just filling in the areas that we're in. So we want to make sure that we have a signature scent that smells amazing, that smells consistently good. And if you can make it a memorable one, I'm struggling to talk today, ladies. If you can make it a memorable one where people smell that fragrance and they know it's you, that's even better. That's a part of your presence. Okay, ladies? So, picking out those signature fragrances, having good fragrance combos that go with your lotions, that go with your body butters, and they kind of create this, I don't know, synchrony that smells really amazing on your skin is the way to go this summer. I am still stuck on my vanilla fragrances this summer, but I also have been playing around with some more citrus tones. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, I'm all about my vanilla scents this summer. I have been on it heavy. Ladies, also, moving on, we want to talk about keeping your nails in check. We're talking nails and toes, okay? We're going to be wearing slides. We're wearing sandals with our sundresses. We want to make sure that we are maintaining our nails and our toes. And personally, for me, if you are in a situation where you are choosing, go with the toes, okay? Because you can more easily kind of manicure your nails, do a little cute clear coat if you need to, a little press on if you need to get by. But definitely make sure that those pedicures are on points, okay? On top of the fact that we're talking about dry skin and all of that, our feet tend to have that a little bit worse off than our hands, but also something feels very, very elevated and manicured about a really nice pedicure. Your toenails being taken care of, because I think a lot of times people look down at your toes to see if they're done, because that's not something that they naturally see first. So if your toes are done, that means you really care. Right? Your nails, you can get away with a cute little clean something, a little manicure at home, but having those toes done is very, very important. And also, let's consider jewelry, because I'm thinking about things that are kind of natural, things that aren't going to make you hot, things that can be worn whether you have on a swimsuit or an actual outfit. And so jewelry is another thing that makes a big difference. Just your little consistent pieces, even a small pair of hoops, studs, a little watch or a bracelet, something simple that you can kind of alternate between different outfits. Nothing too gaudy, because in reality, This is the summertime. Once again, it is hot. Okay, we want to minimize how much is actually on the skin if we can, and just stick to making sure that we're keeping an even complexion and taking care of that. So if you can have some dainty jewelry pieces that look really good against your skin, whether they're silver or gold, you know what works for your skin tone, right? It basically will just give you a nice finish to your outfits, a little extra accessory if you are, by the pool or something like that, but something to make you look overall put together since we're not relying on makeup and things like that. And then finally, I'm going to call this last point lifestyle because I feel like personally, beauty maxing isn't just looks. I think beauty maxing is more so a day to day thing in like how you live, right? So, of course, we're going to start out with outfits. As far as lifestyle, we have to talk about what you are putting on your body, what you're wearing day to day, what you're moving around in. I personally this summer have developed a deep love. Of course, we're going to do the swimsuits, of course, but I have developed a deep love for basically the moo-moos, the ones that have the really beautiful prints that flow, and then you can put on a cute pair of slides. When you're around the house, you can still wear it and look very cute and dainty with a really chic pin up and some light earrings. A way to look consistently good this summer without being hot, okay? Of course, we're talking about sundresses. Ladies, bring back sundresses. Please bring back the sundresses. We love the sundresses. Bring back those feminine, flowy, girly pieces of clothing that look beautiful on you, but also they flow away from the body a little bit. They let you breathe a little bit. You don't have tight clothes on all the time. Okay, the body can breathe. You look really cute and girly and feminine. And also, it just brings a little bit of extra flair. Something about a sundress, something about just a little flowy something, a little silky something, okay, does bring a bit of feminine flair to your style. But the biggest thing, even if that is not necessarily the route you want to go, finding pieces, finding outfits that are going to be simple, but they're going to make you look put together. Instead of walking around with just joggers and t-shirts on all day during this summer, finding different pieces that are going to make you feel like a light and airy butterfly. We want to feel good. We want to feel beautiful. We want to be put together, but we don't want to be hot. Okay, so finding out what those pieces are going to be for you. Like I said, I'm a moo girl. I'm a slide girl. I'm a sundress girl. Okay, but finding those pieces for you so that you look put together even in the heat. Next, we have to talk about your space. Keeping your space clean and keeping your space visually calm sets the stage for everything else that we're talking about. You can't quite operate and get everything else in line when you are working in clutter. When you are living in clutter, it is really hard to be talking about a maintenance routine, skincare routine, clothing, and all of these things when your space and your counters are full of clutter and your environment is affecting everything about how you're thinking right now. Okay, we want to make sure that we are taking care of the space that we do all of these things in. Okay, the better the space, the better the outcome for the things that we are doing for ourselves. So especially in the summertime, ladies, get those spaces decluttered. It's already hot. Okay, we don't want to be hot and cluttered up. Okay, we got to get some of that stuff up out of there. And hey, here's the thing: when it's really, really early in the morning, if you are one of those early risers, because I know I am, when it's really, really early in the morning, before the sun is up in the sky and it's really hot, crack open them windows and let some fresh air in. Okay, if you cook a lot in your home, get some of that food smell out of there. Let a natural breeze come in. Turn on all those ceiling fans and just let it air out for a little bit before it gets super hot in the day. Close it back up, cool the place back down, and at least you're kind of working with what I feel like is just a clean palette. Okay, when you come into your space, as far as smells, as far as fresh air, as far as cleanliness as a whole. Okay, another thing is going to be making sure that you are being very particular about your routines. And when I say particular about them, being intentional about them, because we sometimes, especially in the summertime, the kids are out of school and all these different things, we find ourselves rushing a lot. We do need to have time to where we are slowing down and thinking about the routines that we have in place. Okay. If you are having a time frame where you are taking care of your skin, being able to shut some things off and take your time and think about what you're doing. If you are having a cleaning day and trying to make your space optimized for yourself, taking time and closing some things off, telling everybody to go to their respective corners so that you can have some time to think through your routines. Summertime can get hectic, okay? It's hot. People are running around. The kids are out of school. It's just a lot going on, and making sure that you are remaining intentional and slowing yourself down and really thinking about what you are doing can kind of bring down some of that frustration, okay, in the summertime, and it can help you to remain in your softness because this lifestyle is a lifestyle that we live in every season, okay? And so we want to make sure that we are slowing down and being intentional and being able to get back into our feminine space, even when all of these things are going on. So once again, I touched on things that I know I'm being very intentional about this summer. If you ladies have anything that you can bring to mind, that you can tell the other ladies that they may pick up on and say, I want to try that, leave it in the comments down below, okay? Iron sharpens iron. Of course, you ladies know that I'm not going to leave you without giving you your verse of the day. We are going to be in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 13. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. Okay, ladies, so once again, leave your comments down below on any tips that you may have. I want to thank y'all again for tuning into this video, and I will see you ladies in the next one. Bye.